Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J. And yes, YouTube fam, it's time for that episode 3 recap and review of Power Book 4 Force with Tommy. So listen, a lot of surprises here in this episode. The Claude and Jannard surprise. So we're going to recap that today and just get right into it. You know how we do. Absolutely, if you're brand new and you're loving Power Book 4 Force, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely like, comment below as we break this down. So where we left off was, yes, Tommy and Lillian, they basically were fighting, and now Tommy found a stash, and he's like, listen, I could take you out, or we could do business. And she, of course, doesn't want to be taken out. She wants to do business with Tommy, right? So they join forces. Meanwhile, we see your boy Vic, and he's at the police station basically paying to pick up his boy, right? His boy that seems to always be getting into problems, into trouble, or whatever the case is, right? So we see Vic doing his thing, paying off the cops, at the same time paying a little extra so it stays under the radar. So we see that there's a special deal and relationship that the Flynns have with the officers. And this lady's acting like she doesn't know what's going on. He had to pay 9 racks, right? $9,500 just to get his boy out. But he gave her a little extra, of course. She's smiling like, okay, sir, he's going to be right out, right? So, you know, this guy comes out. One of the goons comes out. He's talking in the police station. He's like, yo, shut your trap, shut your mouth. And he's like, yeah, man, the boys just rolled up on me. We was handling business and the whole 9, right? So he doesn't understand why he got locked up or whatever the case is. But they finally, you know, Vic got him out or whatever. So we see your boy Vic talking to who? He's talking to, Detective Haircut. Now, this is the same guy in the first episode that went in to see Diamond at the barbershop, right? And he's the one that's watching Diamond. But we're finding out that, again, Vic and the Flynns, they have a special deal with the detectives to keep their boys out of jail while they handle business. And they're paying them off to do that, right? So we see now back to Tommy. And Tommy's looking at the stash that he found at Lillian's house. And he sees the card, and he sees that spider on the card. So he's looking at the card because it's very familiar. We remember from Power, that was from the Jimenez cartel, right? So he knows exactly whose product this is. So he's looking, and he sees Lillian come out, and she, you know, has like a little bathing suit on or whatever. And he's like, yo, you know, what's going on? Like, and she's like, nah, I don't mess around with white guys, right? So she's like, y'all nothing but trouble. So she goes to the fridge, and she looks like she knows exactly what she's doing. Yeah, she's about to take the product and make some hot cakes, right? Definitely get busy with it, cut it up, do what it needs to be done, you know? And yeah, it looks like Tommy doesn't know anything about that. And he's like, man, you know, if I knew that you knew how to cook like this, then we would have put you in the kitchen, right? And she's like, hey, listen, you know, I've been doing this for a very long time, watch and learn. So she's basically teaching them, make sure your clothes is off when you're cooking in the kitchen so nothing gets on your clothes. So she's asking questions like, so is your boy Ghost going to be coming to Chicago? And he's like, nah. And she's asking this, you guys broke up or whatever. So he finally comes out and tells them. You can see that this is definitely affecting him as far as these questions. And she tells him that Ghost is dead. So after they finish cooking, she's like, all right, let's get a drink. And she's like, to Ghost, right? To Ghost. And she knows that, Ghost was close to Tommy. So he's like, to Ghost, right? All right. So now, here we go. So Tommy goes to Grandma's house again. And he goes to see JP, right? JP Gibbs goes to see his brother, brings some pizza in and everything else like that. And they're talking about, you know, what's going on with Grandma. And, you know, they're talking about how still they had no idea of each other's existence. So JP shows him a wall, you know, next to the kitchen wall. And it shows where Tommy and him, you know, when you're kids and they measure your height against the wall and they write your name on the wall next to the height. Yeah, that's what was going on. He's like, man, we never met in that whole mix, right? So he's asking what's going to happen with the house, what's going to happen with everything. And he really doesn't know. JP doesn't know what's going on. So he brings out the stash, the little roll of money, and he was like, listen, I feel uncomfortable about taking this money from you. And Tommy's like, yo, your family and all this and that. And JP is just like, listen, when money mixes up with family, it messes everything up. So he doesn't feel comfortable with taking the money or whatever. But of course, Tommy's insisting like, yo, take the money, do what you got to do. And guess what? I just came up with another idea how to, make more money. Even though you feel the way you feel, I'm going to go out and make some more money for the family. So after your girl Lillian cooks in the kitchen, she's all tired and the whole night. He's like, yo, we got to get to work. So Tommy breaks out the map and she's like, look at you, basically clocking, the two biggest, families in Chicago. And he's like, yeah, these guys on the north side and these guys on the south side, right? So, you're talking about the Flynn's on the north and you're talking about, CBI on the south, right? So she's just like, yeah, we have to definitely be, strategic with all of this. And he's like, yeah, basically we're going to take over. We're going to basically sell the product to both and we're going to get both of them to come together. So Tommy has a big plan to really bring things together for both so both sides can win. But of course, he's going to get his cut off of everything, right? He's going to get his cut off of everything. And yeah, they're talking about their cut. And he's like, yeah, basically 70-30. And she's like, nah, if I'm cooking it, we basically need each other. So she's like 50-50, right? 50-50. She's like, all right, 50-50. Let's keep this one for ourselves, right? So they're going in 50-50. Now we shoot back to the baseball field. And Jannard, he thinks he's a good pitcher, whatever. He's like, yo, it's all on the leg. You better watch it. He's talking about how, Diamond kind of lost it. He kind of see that he lost his edge or whatever. And he's like, yeah, man, you kind of lost it, whatever. And he's telling Diamond, man, you're not like you used to be. And he's like, yeah, I'm not the same Diamond that I used to be. And Jannard, he's just like, yo, man, that's the problem because things have changed since you've gone in. And since you've gone in, I've had to do some things, man. I've had to lead this family, the CBI family, without you, right? So they're kind of going back and forth as far as, who's in power, what Jannard has done. He's like, I'm not the same guy you used to be, but look who's recording him. Of course, Detective Mr. Haircut, right? We don't even know his name yet, but I call him Detective Haircut. Now we shoot over to the gravesite and we see Christina Rogers. And yes, the mother and friend, this is Gloria'S mother. And that's exactly what I predicted from the last video. But yes, there's something different about this. Looks like this is a brand new tombstone that was made for Gloria'S mom, right? And she's, looking at it. And yeah, she's the daughter of Jamaica. I knew that she had some Jamaican in the blood because they had the flag in the restaurant. So yeah, Vic comes over, he's smiling, and she's like, oh, you did this for me? You did this for me, right? And he's like, yeah, like she gave us a blessing. She definitely wanted us to be together and everything else like that, right? And basically, it comes down to him saying, yeah, I saw you with him, meaning Tommy. And she's like, that's what this is all about? You jealous of what's going on? And he's like, nah, it's not that. I just want us to be together. And she's just like not having it. She's like, yo, you need to just defend me, like stand up for me and everything else like that. Because it's obvious that, yeah, the Flynn's are still taking money from her and her restaurant and everything else like that. And at the same time, he wants to be with her, but she's still, keeping her stance that she knows that he can't be with her if he wants to take the reins of the Flynn family business. Right. So, she's looking like Sade. She looking real good with that red lipstick. Anyway, let me continue to move on. Right. So, yeah, she's giving him a hard time, but he's like, let me just get some time. I just need some time to figure things out. Right. So we know that's not going to go well. So now we see Lillian and Tommy, and they're about to have a meeting with Walter Flynn. Right. And this guy, we finally hear his name. I think he said his name was Paulie. Right. So Paulie is not Irish. Paulie sounds like, he's either a Polish or Italian or whatever, right? So, yeah, we see them saying, hey, listen, we need to take this guy out. He didn't leave town like he told you to. And Walter's like, nah, we'll hear what he has to say, and then we'll take him out, right? Pfft, yeah, right. That's not even happening, right? So Tommy's like, yo, Walter, what's going on? You surprised to see me here? You know what I'm saying? Like, he's really just digging in. He's like, man, listen, like, he's like, I'm not too happy to see you. Let's talk. So Lillian and Paulie, I believe that's his name, he's on the side. He's trying to ask her questions, and she's like answering questions with questions. He's like, yo, do you always answer questions with questions? She's like, do I? He's like, you want to go out for dinner? He trying to shoot a shot. So she looks over to him, and she's like, listen, shave the mustache, and maybe we'll talk, right? So, yeah, he's like, okay. So, yeah, he's trying to shoot a shot, and he might have a shot if he shaves that mustache, maybe. So we see Tommy talking to Walter Flynn. He's like, listen, it's not often that, my people don't listen to what I'm saying. He's like, I'm not your people. And he's like, yeah, you're my people. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. He's like, nah, I'm a mutt. It's not like that. I'm not Irish like that. I'm kind of mixed with everything. So, they're talking about, he's like, listen, why are you here? What's going on? And Tommy's like, listen, I got a business proposition for you, and I understand that, yeah, you have this certain product and everybody knows you serve this certain product, but you need to go into this other product. And this is definitely going to help you diversify what's going on, right? Because I understand it, that, you're not really, you just you're a one-track pony. That's what we say. You're a one-shot pony. You only have one product and that's it. You need to diversify and let's do business so you don't pretty much go under. Because I understand that things are not going too well or whatever, right? So he's like, all right, I'm listening. So now we see that Vic is with Tommy. And it's obvious that Walter was like, okay, Tommy wants to do business. Vic, go with him to do some business. So, of course, Tommy's like, yo, you're not my first choice to do business. Because we remember what happened in the first episode, with Vic shorting the money. So they go into this spot. They see this guy DJing, right? He's like, just has shorts on, no top or whatever. He's playing this loud house music. They walk up in there like, well, what's going on? Like, it's real weird. Like, you can tell, real artistic, but the dude is just kind of like messing with some product and playing some music. Vic is like, yo, turn the music down, man. Like, we're here to make a deal. Like, turn the music down. You know what I mean? So we see a dude on the side. We see a young lady on the floor. And Tommy's just like, yo, this doesn't even feel right. Like, what is going on here? What's happening? And then this dude is like, yeah, it's okay, blah, 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 blah. We're going to make things happen. So we see the other guy, and he has his hand on the strap, right? So kind of gets intense, and it gets real intense when the DJ guy comes around the booth, half naked, and yeah, he has the strap pointing at Vic. And Vic is like, yo, calm down, man, calm down. What is going on? He's like, yeah, your pops did this, that, and the third. And yeah, this is supposed to go well, but, and he kind of spazzing out. So, of course, Tommy's looking, he's staying cool. He's like, all right, let me stay cool. Let me chill. Let me see what happens. Let me see what Vic does. And boom, and he gets dude on the floor with the strap. And then Tommy makes his move. He's like, yeah, I guess this is not your day. This is not the day that you imagine, right, bro? And the dude's like, I got kids. So he gives him the strap, gives Tommy the strap, and he's like, all right, let's get the money. Let's get the product. Let's get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get out of here, Vic, because this thing is crazy, right? So now we see Tommy, and Tommy goes to the boxing gym, and he sees Diamond up in there, Jannard up in there, and the whole nine, and he sees, oh, okay, David Sampson, and he talking about, his skill level and everything, boxing and everything. He got a little plaque on the wall. And he's like, yeah, what you doing here? He's like, yo, I'm here to talk business, man. I'm here to talk business. So he goes in there. He says, listen, I got a way for us to bring things together. And yeah, we can bring things together with the Flynn family, right? So Jannard, he ain't trying to hear. He's like, yo, whatever. It's not like it's the first time somebody's tried to get the Flynns and CBI to come together, right? So he's like, Diamond's just like, yo, listen, man. We tried to do business before, it didn't work out, and no white boy with a little bit of swag is going to make this thing happen. So Jannard jumps in. He's like, yeah, man, so before you start making some deals, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to come talk to us, whatever. And, of course, Your boy Tommy's like, yo, I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to Diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the leader. And then Jannard just spazzes out. He's like, yo, nothing goes through CBI without going through me. You know what I'm saying? I'm running CBI. So now it gets a little bit tense. And Tommy's like, yo, what's going on? Like, what's happening? So now we see Jannard screaming at Diamond like, yo, man, you want the title? You want to be #1? And Tommy's just like, ooh, man, that sounds like y'all ready to fight. Like, he agitating it a little bit. And Diamond just look at him like, yo, you sure you want to do this, man? Ain't no going back. It's like, yeah, man, we need to take it to the gym. But we need to take it head to head. You want to go and be the leader of this thing? Then you got to take it. You got to take it. So he bumps him out of the way and jumps in the gym. So Diamond's like, all right, I'm going to go do this. So, he fresh out. Your boy Diamond is fresh out of jail. So, he had to do a couple things. Yeah, he kept himself cool, but before he got cool, he had to defend himself. So, yeah, they go into the gym and they start scrapping. That's right. Jannard, Diamond, they start scrapping. And, yeah, they throwing some blows. And look at Tommy's face. He's like, ooh, right? So, yeah, they getting it in. No boxing gloves, nothing, just straight raw, straight getting it in or whatever. So Tommy's like, yo, to Elijah, who's played by Jeremiah, he's like, yo, who you got? Who you got? And Elijah's like, yo, I got Jannard, I got Jay. He's like, all right, you got 500? So now we see Tommy and Elijah, they betting on the fight. So, of course, Tommy's going with Diamond, okay? So Diamond is going in there, man. And, yeah, this is for the title. This is for the, to be the leader of CBI. And all his goons and everybody's there to watch the whole thing. And, yeah, Diamond gets knocked down, and Tommy's like, all right, get up. And it comes down to Diamond actually getting Jannard on the floor. Like, boom, knocked him down, about to knock him out, and everything else like that. Yeah, it gets pretty tough. And he's about to hit him with the knockout blow, and then Diamond just stops, right? He just stops because he's trying to be a different Diamond. So Jannard gets up. He's like, yo, you got the juice now. What is this juice? He's like, yo, you got it all now. So Tommy's like, yo, now that you got the juice back, now that you got your swag back or whatever, can we have a conversation about this meeting, right? About this meeting with the Flynn's. So Diamond is like, all right, set it up. Like, go ahead and set it up, okay? Now we shoot over to the meeting that Claude is supposed to have with this guy who's supposed to be, making sure that the police stay off of the Flynn's back. So he's sitting down with her. He's trying to drink some wine, whatever. This dude, obviously he's married or whatever. And he's really talking to her, like trying to come on to her. And she's like, listen, I'm not here for no dinner. I'm not here for none of that. You need to not go up on your price when it comes down to these envelopes and to make sure that everything is taken care of. All these envelopes are going to disappear, right? They're going to disappear and you won't have no money coming in. So he comes back with, well, listen, if they disappear, then we're going to start really coming down on your family. You know what I'm saying? Like, those envelopes are keeping you guys out of jail, right? So Claudia comes back and she's like, yo, listen, I know your daughter, she looks real nice in her outfit, and pulls out a picture of his daughter. And he's like, yeah, we wouldn't want to mess up that outfit with a little dirt. So she threatens the fam now. And he's like, okay. The price won't go up, as long as the envelopes keep coming. She's like, okay, that's nice. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, yeah, you better make sure it gets done. And she pulls out another envelope, throws it on the table. She's like, I'm going to go tell my dad that we good now. And of course, you know what he does. He's going to take that envelope and keep himself together, right? So again, the Flynn's are not playing and letting the police know. So now we shoot back to Tommy's spot, and they're talking about, the product. And she's like, yo, nothing went down with that deal. Like, I want to take it because it's like 50-50. I want half. I'll take half of it. He's like, yo, I'll buy you out. You know what I'm saying? Because now whose product is this actually? Whose product is this? And she's like, yo, I cooked it up, so I should get half. He's like, nah, you know what? I'm going to keep all of it here until we make another deal, right? So it's obvious, like, she don't trust him. He don't trust her. And yeah, she's just trying to, get her little piece and take it and rework the product, right? And he's like, nah, that's not part of the plan. You can underlay out of here, right? You can leave. Okay, so she leaves, and now it's time. It's time. Tommy's out there wheeling and dealing. Man, I mean, what day is this? It's got to be like the fourth or fifth day, right? He's like, all right, meet up at, the meetup is set. Let's meet up at Dr. Pepper's office. Okay, that's the restaurant. Okay, so Tommy gets in the whip, then he goes to the restaurant, the same restaurant that, Glow runs, Gloria. I call her Glow. So we see Vic, we see Walter, and we see, his boy with him. And he's like, yeah, you guys are late. So Diamond finally comes in. And, these guys are sitting there like the good fellas, right? Sitting there like the good fellas. Walter got his glasses on, whatever. So Tommy's like, yo, listen, I'm going to get right to it. So Tommy breaks it down. He's like, yo, no longer are we going to have beef with the white and the brown and the black. Like, we need to come together, right? So you guys on the north side, CBI's on the south side, right? Your product to be sold on the south side, CBI's product to be sold on the north side, and everybody, basically wins. And Walter's like, yo, how do I know that this guy is going to keep his word, right? How do I know? Because this, that, and the third. And Tommy's like, nah, we ain't going to start that. We ain't going to start none of that. You know what I'm saying? And then, Diamond's like, yo, because my word is bond. Like, for real, like, I'm a man of my word. And he's like, really? And Walter starts to go in, man, on some past stuff. He starts bringing up old stuff. And Tommy's like, yo, what are y'all talking about? Like, don't even try. We trying to make a new deal here. You know what I'm saying? And you know what, Walter? Guess what? I found out that word on the street that you really ain't doing too well financially. And he's like, oh, how did you know about that? And Tommy's like, yo, man, that's the word on the street. You're not doing as well as you think you're doing. So you need this deal just as much as everybody else. So yeah, Walter still is on some like, well, what's going on with the fact that you took out one of my men and all this and that. And again, Tommy's trying to say, yo, man, can we stay on the topic? Like, stop bringing up old stuff. We're trying to make something new. And then dude gets up. He's like, yeah, Diamond, he hit one of our guys with glass in the face and blah, 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 blah. And Tommy's like, whoa. Come on now. You guys got to chill. Let's make this deal happen. And then Diamond comes back. He's like, how about the fact that you guys took out like 4 of my men and we didn't retaliate? And then Walter says something else. And he really says some like, racial stuff. And this is not cool at all, right? So, of course, Diamond gets upset, man. He's like, yo, man, I ain't want to deal with a guy like you. You know what I'm saying? So he was trying to work with him. And, Walter's still old school on some crazy stuff. And Diamond walks out. And Tommy's like, yo, what the heck just happened, man? What happened? What are you guys doing? And the Flints are like, yo, new guy, this is just the way it is, blah, 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 blah. So Tommy goes over and leans in. He says, man, you just messed up an opportunity that could have changed everything in a good way for you. So Walter's looking at him, and Tommy walks out. He's like, ain't nothing going to happen to us. We're the Flins, da, 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 da. And then Vic gets up. He's like, yo, what are you doing, man? We could have changed everything. Like, things could have been better for all of us if we would have came together, man. Like, so even Vic walks out. Tommy runs up on Diamond. And he's like, yo, Diamond, man, I didn't know he was going to come at you like that. And Diamond's like, I knew he would. I know that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? And he just gets in his car, rolls off. And, of course, man, Tommy's mad because he was going to get 5% cut of every deal that was going to happen. So Gloria comes back to her restaurant, and she's like, well, now I know what you do now. He's like, well, that's only part of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know the whole story. So meanwhile, Tommy's out there going to his car, but somebody is looking at Tommy, right? So they taking pictures and the whole nine. And by the strength and the length of that camera, yeah, we know some investigation is going on. So they're really investigating the Flins, but they're like, yo, The Flynn's got a new guy. Yeah, it looks like they got a new guy, right? So, now they're looking at Tommy and thinking that he's down with the Flynn's, right? So, of course, Tommy ain't stupid. He knows when he's being tracked and watched. He's like, mother, right? So he shoots off, rolls down the street, and somebody's following him. Who's following him? Well, it's a Mercedes Benz. And most of you guys probably already seen this, but I'm going to go through it anyway. And yeah, he's driving. And he's like, somebody's following me. He doesn't know who it is, right? He doesn't know anything. And we see it's Claudia. She's in the car. After that meeting, she waited for that meeting to be over. And again, she probably wasn't even allowed to be in the meeting, right? And of course, that makes her upset. So he's looking in the car. He's trying to see who it is. And I think he does. He does see who it is. And she goes ahead of him. And then she cuts him off, right? Cuts him off on some like gangster OG stuff, right? So she gets out the car like, yeah, I figured I'd introduce myself to the guy that has little regard for his little life. And he's like, what are you doing out here? Does daddy know you're here? What are you pulling me over like an OG, like you gangster or whatever, right? And he's like, yo, why wasn't you in the meeting? Like, why you ain't put on? And she's like, I'm on, just in a different way. And he's like, so what's going on? Like, what's the deal? He's like, yo, you need to be in a better place. So she's like, listen, I got something that's going to kick your teeth in. Listen, if you're down for it, boom, stick around. Welcome to Chicago, right? So, of course, Tommy's like, okay. Because she's like, yeah, you about to be obsolete. And Tommy doesn't want to be obsolete in this case. So now we see Elijah on the other side of town talking to Jannard. And they're like, yeah, Diamond fell for it. He fought me, whatever. But Elijah's like, yo, this is going to split up CBI. Half is going to go with you. Half is going to go with Diamond. And Jannard is like, yo, eventually everybody's going to roll with me. So Jannard got his own thing that he's trying to do to have his own organization, CBI, under himself, right? So, yeah, that's the first surprise. He's trying to do his own thing. Here's the second surprise. Again, we see Claude with her friend, and they're looking at the designer product that she's been trying to get, her father, and she's talking to a friend like, yo, you know what? This is not going to be a Flynn family thing. This is going to be our thing. And she's talking to her friend like, yeah, it's only right. Nah, I'm not doing anything with my family. This is going to be my thing. I'm going to do my own thing. So now Claudia is going to do her own thing outside of her father. So now we see your boy, Tommy, again, looking at that card. And I'm thinking, like, he may be trying to reach out to the Jimenez. Who knows? But he messages, Glow. And she's like, yeah, you want some company? And he's like, always, right? So they go back to Tommy's spot. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You doing your thing on the low. Blah, blah, blah. No more questions. You in the firehouse. It's all good. No more questions. And you know what's about to go down. When you got that glow, your boy Tommy is about to do what he has to do. All right. So that is the end of episode 3 for Power Book 4 Force. Family, you already know it's about to go down. A lot of action in this one, a lot of surprises too. And yeah, it's moving forward, family. It's moving forward. Definitely drop your thoughts, your theories, everything about this episode that you like. And absolutely, we're going to keep this thing going. So look out for the next recap. Look out for everything. I appreciate all of you for watching. And you know what it is. It's your man, VACAY-J. And again, if you're brand new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Absolutely like and comment below. And yeah, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Salute to all of you. Appreciate all of you. And again, until next time, salute.